Stop blaming yourself. Your low confidence is coming from a childhood pattern you never healed. There is a kind of damage that doesn't leave visible scars. No one sees it, no one talks about it, but it stays with you, quietly, patiently, following you into every room, every conversation, every opportunity you hesitate to take. It doesn't start with one big moment. There's no single memory you can point to and say, this is where everything broke. Instead, it begins slowly, in childhood, in small, repeated moments that seem insignificant at the time. A child tries something new, excited, curious, and hears, that's not good enough. They make a mistake, something completely normal, but instead of guidance, they receive criticism. Not once, not twice, but again and again. They express their feelings, maybe they cry, maybe they open up, and they're told, stop being so sensitive. Why are you overreacting? And in that moment, something shifts. At first, it doesn't seem like much. The child moves on. They play again, they smile again. But inside, their mind is learning, because children are always watching, always absorbing, always trying to understand the world and their place in it. And slowly, a pattern begins to form. Not loudly, not consciously, but deeply. The child starts to believe something. Maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe what I feel doesn't matter. Maybe I should just stay quiet. And so they begin to change. They stop raising their hand. They stop sharing their ideas. They stop trying new things with the same excitement. They become more careful, more aware, more afraid of getting things wrong. Not because they don't want to succeed, but because they've learned that trying can lead to pain, and avoiding pain feels safer than chasing growth. And here's the most dangerous part. No one notices, because on the outside, everything looks fine. They go to school, they follow the rules, they don't cause trouble. Teachers might even call them well-behaved. Parents might think they're doing okay. But inside, something important is slowly shrinking. Confidence. Not the loud kind, not arrogance, not showing off, but the quiet belief that says, I can try and I'll be okay. That belief starts to fade, little by little, until one day it's barely there. Years pass. The child grows up. Their environment changes. Their responsibilities increase. But the pattern stays. It doesn't disappear. It evolves. Now it shows up in ways that are harder to recognize. Hesitating before speaking in a meeting, rewriting a simple message 5 times before sending it, overthinking decisions that others make easily, feeling like an imposter, even when there's clear evidence of success. They achieve something, and instead of feeling proud, they think, I just got lucky. Soon people will realize I'm not actually that good. They compare themselves constantly, scrolling through social media, seeing others move forward, take risks, speak confidently, and a question starts to repeat in their mind. Why not me? What's wrong with me? But they don't realize this isn't laziness. This isn't a lack of discipline. This isn't because they don't have potential. This is conditioning. A pattern built over years of small experiences. Every criticism that wasn't balanced with support. Every moment their feelings were dismissed. Every time they were made to feel less than. It all adds up. And now it lives inside them. Every time they try to step forward, something pulls them back. A quiet voice whispers, what if you fail? What if they judge you? What if you embarrass yourself? What if you're not enough? And that voice feels real. It feels like truth. So they listen, and they stay where they are, not because they can't grow, but because something inside believes they shouldn't. This is how childhood patterns destroy confidence. Not loudly, not suddenly, but silently, over time. And the most painful part, they blame themselves. They think, I just need more motivation. I need to push harder. Why can't I just be confident like others? They start to believe that something is wrong with them, that they're broken. But the truth is, there's nothing wrong with them. They are not broken. They were simply shaped by an environment that didn't nurture their confidence. And that's an important difference, because what was shaped can be reshaped. What was learned can be unlearned. But it doesn't happen overnight. It starts with awareness, with noticing the pattern, paying attention to that inner voice. Instead of automatically believing it, you begin to question it. Is this really true? Or is this something I learned a long time ago? You start connecting the dots. You begin to see where it came from. And for the first time, you separate who you are from what you were taught to believe. And that changes everything. Because now you have a choice. You don't have to follow the old pattern anymore. You can start creating a new one, slowly, gently, one step at a time. You take small risks, not huge ones, just small steps outside your comfort zone. You speak even when your voice shakes. You try even when you're not sure you'll succeed. You allow yourself to make mistakes without attacking yourself for it. At first, it feels uncomfortable, even scary, because you're going against years of conditioning. Your mind will resist. That voice will still be there, but this time you don't let it control you. You move forward anyway, and every time you do that, something shifts. Every time you choose courage over fear, you weaken the old pattern. Every time you show yourself compassion, you build something new. And over time, something begins to grow. Confidence. Not fake confidence, not pretending to be someone you're not, but real confidence. The kind that comes from experience. The kind that says, I might fail, but I'll survive. I might struggle, but I can learn. I don't have to be perfect to be worthy. And that kind of confidence changes everything. Because now you're no longer controlled by your past. You're no longer stuck in patterns you didn't choose. You're no longer holding yourself back because of beliefs that were never truly yours. Now you start taking opportunities you once avoided. You start speaking up when you used to stay quiet. You start trusting yourself, little by little, and life begins to open up in ways it never did before. Not because the world changed, but because you did. So if you've ever felt like something is holding you back, like you're capable of more but can't seem to reach it, look deeper. Be honest with yourself. It might not be your ability. It might not be your effort. It might be a pattern, a childhood pattern that has been quietly running your life in the background. But here's the most important part. You are not stuck with it. You have the power to break it. Not all at once, not perfectly, but step by step, moment by moment, choice by choice. And one day, you'll look back and realize something incredible. The voice that once held you back is no longer in control. The fear that once stopped you no longer defines you. And the person you were always meant to become is finally free.